Drick Blood is here!
Drick Blood.
Drick blood.
Drink blood. Breathe life.
Hey, that's cool.
Welcome to Unfiltered. Just checking out the Olympics. I've been watching an inordinate amount of the Olympics this year for some reason. Curling is my favorite sport. Just want to let you know. I watch the short track speed skating for the crashes. I watch the downhill skiing and all the skiing events for the crashes. I don't watch cross-country skiing.
Is awesome.
What's that?
That new Skier X event they got is
Skier X and Border X, both from the Winter X Games. And I don't know. The way they keep going, eventually there'll be all of the stuff they do at the Winter X Games at the Olympics. I'm thinking, maybe.
well, except for motorized, powered type stuff.
Eventually, I don't know.
Well,
Did
it takes
BMX?
it takes the individual competition, the athleticism out of it. If you use a powered vehicle of some sort, like a motorcycle or something like that.
Yeah. Well, have they put BMX bicycle freestyle stuff in the Olympics yet? In the Summer Olympics?
No, not yet.
Not yet. But I bet you'll see that happening.
Well,
I
they do
saw a
have the
news
bicycle
story.
racing, I know.
I saw a news
Underground
story
track.
that I can't remember where the girl is from. I want to say she was from Japan or something. She's a pole dancer and thinks that her sport of pole dancing should be in the Olympics.
Oh, that's one. Yeah,
See? Everybody I say that to, all the guys I say that to say, oh yeah, that's the one right there. But there will have to be a men's division.
snack break.
That's not a sport. That's an occupation, man.
Jim says snack break during the men's competition. I'm just saying, it sounds like a really good idea, but you have to look at both sides. You can't just go, oh yeah, pole dancer would be great. No, maybe not.
Well, then you'd have to open it up to like the lumberjacks and all kinds of different
Yeah. I mean,
occupational sports.
You got to be pretty rugged to pole dance, I guess, because, I mean, you use all different kinds of muscles.
Couples.
I don't know. Right. What else do I watch? I don't watch the biathlon. That's boring. Although that's kind of a cool event. And now, Bruce, you were telling me you thought they should use bow and arrows, right?
Yeah, instead of guns, they should use a bow and arrow.
Yeah, I mean, that would
think
make
that'd
it
be cool.
different. So, but I don't know. United States is doing extremely well. Now, when I was a kid, the United States had no chance in the Winter Games. We had, nobody that knew how to ski.
It's all that damn global warming we used to have.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it was the global warming. It's just those sports weren't big in the United States like that. They was, the winners of the downhill were always Austrian or French or Norwegian or, This year, Lindsey Vonn became the first woman to get the first United States woman to get a downhill medal, a downhill gold. And actually, I think they were the first women's medals in alpine skiing for the United States, ever. But I don't know. Well, there was a huge crash, a tragedy at the very beginning of the Olympics, even before they started. The luge racer crashed. And I don't think that same crash would have resulted in a death 30 years ago or 40 years ago. Because back when I watched bobsled as a kid, the tracks were wide open. Nowadays, it's like the tracks are like stadiums, and they're closed in. But back in the 70s, when a bobsled flew off the track, he went off the corner, landed in a big, bed of hay, and, no, they covered all the corners. They had hay bales and stuff. But I don't know. Of course, they weren't hitting, what did I hear, 85? No, 85 was during the downhill skiing. Some of the girls were hitting 85 miles an hour downhill skiing. My mother said, that's faster than I drive. Yeah, me too. But,
They were hitting 90 with the bobsleds, two-man bobsleds.
yep. And personally, I like the skeleton racing. It's like the luge, only it's ballsy. It's head first, which is the way that we used to slide as kids. You get them little red plastic sleds that look like a little boat, look like a banana boat. Head first. Just try and get as much speed as you can going down Tilden Hill over there. You could maybe hit 10. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, bumps. I don't slide anymore because my body just doesn't handle it well. I have to be so high when I slide these days to alleviate the pain. Shawnee Davis was another one. He became the first guy to score back-to-back golds in speed skating, I believe it was. Something like that. And last Wednesday night, this is basically the only reason I wanted to do a show last week, but some of the crew was sick, so we didn't do a show. Too bad. The Olympics beat American Idol in the TV ratings last Wednesday night. I don't know why it's been so long. With me, if a repeat of, I don't know, the worst Seinfeld episode ever came on, I'd watch it instead of American Idol. I quit on Idol after the second season. No. I watched the full season when Clay Aiken and Ruben, big heavyset Ruben, were on. The following year, I started to watch it. And I was psyched, and I was being a good American Idol fan guy and watching it. And there was one week when they did their performances, the votes came in, and one of the good people got voted out, and they kept some little 16-year-old redheaded kid that sang Frank Sinatra songs. That was it. I gave up. I said, they just lost this fan, because now I know it's fixed. Because the good guy went home, the little pukey kid stayed, and I know it was all just because he had all the little 16-year-old girls who were, doing the whole voting by phone sucks. You can't vote by phone. People were like calling 50, 100 times. I don't know. That's why we don't vote for president by phone. Because somebody good might actually win. Anyway, the Olympics is going strong. It's been kick-ass. And curling. I got to touch on curling for a minute. Here, let me have a break. Yes, Bruce. Wow, that is good. Premium beverages delivered straight from G Housing. Good people over there. The curling. It was, I spent a few years of my life working as a janitor. All right? With no dreams or aspirations because I had never heard of curling. if I had heard of curling back when I was a janitor, I would probably be a champion curler by now. Because I could do some sweeping, let me tell you. And if I could have gone to work with the dream and the drive that I wasn't just going to work to clean up after a bunch of slobs, I was training, right? Then it's a lot different. And I could have been a contender. That's all I'm saying. And the women in curling. Nice. They're not like them Summer Olympic hammer throwing women. You know? I like that. And I've been thinking about taking up curling seriously because, face it, it's a sport I could do with a cigarette hanging out of my mouth. Easy. No problem.
A lot of middle-aged women are, you know, in the Olympics as curlers.
I mean, you could probably do curling right up until you're, like, dead. You could probably even do it dead because all you got to do is slide on the ice a little bit. Anybody can do that. I've seen babies that can't even walk slide on the ice. That's right. And I've already got a line on the stones, Bruce. I figure I just go down to Keene Monument, talk to Jay, say, hey, man, can you make me a couple of them really nice stones? Maybe engrave something cool on the top. That's what he does for a living. I just don't know where we'd get the handle, though. Those are probably special order, special made, you know, the tops of them. They're probably like $8,000 or something. But anyway.
Might be able to get some cheap after the Olympics.
It's fun, and it's quite... of course, I saw a scroll go on the bottom of one of the news stations that said that last week, curling rules were the most Googled subject. Which makes sense, because once people started watching it, they want to know how to play it. But I mean, I was on the edge of the seat, you know, watching for that. It was one of those games that came right down to the last stone, you know. And it was, I mean, a thing of beauty to see one team take the game away from the other team with just that one last shot. You know, it's like the last chess move, you know. But yeah, it's exciting, and it's kind of, I think it's a cross between like shuffleboard, caroms, and like bocce ball and lawn darts. And it's a lot more dangerous than people think, because those stones are heavy and you could seriously hurt your ankles if one of them hits you. 43 pounds? Well, maybe I won't take up curling. Just lugging them things into the arena would be a workout.
I'm sure they can get you a dolly.
Put it on the ice, you can move it quicker.
Yeah, once you get them on the ice, they move real fast. I've seen them. Anyway, it's been a lot of fun. And like I said, the United States is doing great. I've got a medal count here somewhere, if I can find it. Where did I bury it? 28 medals the United States has. Bodie Miller's won a couple gold medals. Scotty Lago from Seabrook, he's a snowboarder. Huge controversy. He won a bronze medal. And apparently he was out in some crowd and he had the medal at his waist, and some little girl came up and kissed the medal, which I guess didn't look real well. I've got to find my Olympic stories, because there was another story that some photographer caused a delay during a crucial moment of the women's luge competition last Tuesday. He accidentally knelt on a switch that sent water pouring down the track. Yeah. Oh, this is the guy. Sven Kramer. He's a speed skater. Kramer. Apparently, after he won a gold medal on the first full day, a reporter, during a little pre-interview rundown, the reporter said, if you can say your name and your country and what you just won here. And he looked at her and he said, are you stupid? I'm not going to do that. If people should know what I've won. If they just watched it, they'll know what I won. But speaking later in a Dutch interview, he said, come on, this is ridiculous. You've just become Olympic gold medal winner. She was there when it happened, and then you have to sum up your whole biography. She's crazy. And it was, I mean, probably one of them. We get reject reporters in every sport. The NASCAR ones. They got some NASCAR bimbos out there. Granted, they're nice to look at, but they're dumb as a box of rocks. The kind that will go up to a driver who just climbed out of a car that crashed into the wall, and she'll say, what happened?
One sorry note about that Sven Kramer guy is he had already won 2 medals, and he was skating in the 10,000 meter event and was 4 seconds ahead of the guy in second place. And his coach inadvertently made a mistake and told him that he was in the wrong lane and made him switch lanes with 8 laps to go.
Oh, wow.
And he finished in the wrong lane and was disqualified for his 3rd gold medal in these events.
Oh, that might be the story I just saw in today's USA
it was
Today.
A terrible shame. I'm sure that
It was
coach
something about he
felt
was
bad.
screaming. He like blew a gasket or something and was threatening to burn the place down or act like a disgruntled postal worker or something. But I mean, you guys, it's amazing just how emotional some of these people actually get. You know, when Lindsey Vonn, after she won her gold medal in the downhill. I mean, it seems like she would be from, you know, smile from here to here. But all she's doing is crying. You know?
That's the
Talking
thing
how
about the
much it
women, man.
hurt.
They're not happy. They cry. They're so damned emotional. What the hell's wrong with them?
Man, I don't know. But we're doing good. I'm glad. We've got Bodie Miller. Like I said, Bodie Miller won a couple gold medals. Lindsey Vonn won. What's that? You gave me a good story? Oh, that's right. But I said we got 28 medals. Yeah, 7 gold medals, 9 silver medals, and 12 bronze medals. Germany falls with a total of 25. So they have 3 behind us. But, yeah, see, they've got 8 gold medals. And apparently, we're all getting taxed on the gold medals. I think I heard Dennis Miller say something about somebody's going to have to pay tax on the gold medals. It's crazy. Although Dennis Miller, he had the best idea ever. If you don't want to deal with the taxes, all you have to do, stop working. There you go. Stop working, draw all your money out of all your accounts, put it in your mattress, say, screw you, we ain't paying no taxes. How long do you think the government will last if, you know, even half the United States decides that they're going to do that? Won't be pretty. South Korea and France are tied with 10 medals. But I mean, somebody's winning the gold in curling, and it's not us. So it might be the Canadians. The Germans are pretty good and I don't know why they mic all the athletes up. You notice that? They mic up like the curlers, and I don't think they mic the skiers. But you can hear every word the curlers are saying, the coaches are saying, and it's really weird to be able to hear that stuff.
Because
I
can't understand
it.
half of it, though,
Yeah.
when it's the foreign countries. But you'd think they'd put an interpreter out there.
They're nice to look at, though. That's all I'm saying. All right. Yeah, we might as well go. It looks like all the lights just came on in the studio. So we will do crew call as soon as Bruce gives me the okay. I'll do this really quick one while they're setting up the cameras. Because last week, Italy marked National Cat Day last Wednesday. And apparently there was a storm of controversy over some television hosts' insistence that feline meat is a delicacy to be savored. Yeah. He was just, Beppe Bigazzi, he's a 77-year-old chef, was suspended by the Italian state television after he recommended cat kept 3 days in spring water on his popular lunchtime cooking program. He said he had eaten cat meat many times. One blogger on the internet suggested a recipe for cooking the chef in an old bathtub garnished with celery and tartar sauce. Stupid. All right. Hey, are we all set, Bruce? All right. On camera one, we got Jim. Because there's no city council meeting and there was nothing else to do. So figured he'd come waste an hour with us. And on the other camera across from Jim is Greg, as usual. And hey, I got to say, Greg, I found somebody with a huger laugh than you.
Really?
Yeah. They had the Octomom on The View yesterday. And she's got a laugh that's just unbearable. Yeah. She's like, ah! Oh, yeah. Horrible laugh. Couldn't believe it. Way worse than Greg's. At least still can't believe Greg was on a submarine and people didn't kill him. Because could you imagine being trapped 6 months underwater with that? In the booth. Still married after 4 weeks. Bruce and Andrea.
Yep, it's been pretty cool. Not a big lifestyle change though, but at least people are coming up to work and coming up to me at work and saying, "Hey, I heard you got married," so that's pretty cool. Even the nieces got to see us on TV. Apparently, they saw us kissing. Oh.
Yeah, well, we aired it for everybody to see. We don't want to keep any
I'm sure
secrets.
most of our viewers got a chance to see us getting married. So, thank you all for participating. Hope you enjoyed it. It was short and sweet.
Yeah, but hey, Bruce, how many of them sent presents?
Yeah, don't know what's up with that. I mean,
Not a one. But that's all right.
Yeah.
We did it kind of low key so people wouldn't feel obligated. That was the whole reason. So.
All right.
So don't feel obligated out there to send us anything, unless you want to send peanuts for the squirrels, because keeping them going through the winter.
Yeah, them squirrels are going to want Sonia listed as cause of divorce. Pretty sure.
only during the NASCAR race.
No, Andrea gets a kick out of feeding them too. She goes out every morning and puts peanuts in the dish for them. So
Okay.
she participates.
And there's 2 little red ones. They
Oh.
are real chatty. Real chatty.
We didn't get a chance to comment on the Daytona race, even though the Daytona Speed Weeks was awesome. Racing is back. The one we can comment on at this moment is the results of the Auto Club 500 held out in California this past week. Jimmy Johnson won. Son of a. But he ended up having a good, a lucky break where he came in and took a pit stop, and then as soon as he was leaving, the caution came out, and everybody else ended up coming in, and he was left with the lead with fresher tires or just as fresh, and he ended up holding everybody off. So. Yahoo for Jimmy. But Kevin Harvick came in second, Jeff Burton, Mark Martin, and Joe Logano in fifth, followed by Kurt Busch, Matt Kenseth, Clint Boyer, Tony Stewart, and Greg Biffle, top 10. Kind of a boring race.
It was looking to be such a good year for NASCAR. The first 2 races without Jimmy Johnson winning was looking to be a good year.
I know.
Well, he didn't win the Daytona 500. Jamie McMurray won the Daytona 500, and that was
And
awesome
he didn't.
for him.
And Jimmy Johnson didn't win Phoenix either.
Phoenix.
Didn't we go to Phoenix?
Not this year yet.
That was last year, man. We've only had 2 races so far. Dude, slow down. We're going to Vegas this week, though.
Yeah, we're going to Vegas. This week.
Oh, that's
no.
right. NASCAR's in Vegas this week.
We're not going, but NASCAR is going
Yeah,
to
the
be in
NASCAR
Vegas.
racing.
Eventually, we'll go to Vegas, but
Yeah.
not right away. But I want to say hi to my buddy Johnny, who stopped by late last week from Vegas. Was in town, so. But anyway, in the standings right now after 2 races, Kevin Harvick's in the lead right now, followed by Clint Boyer, Greg Biffle, Jamie Mack in 3rd, Jeff Burton in 5th. No, Jamie Mack's in 4th. Sorry. Jeff Burton in 5th, Mark Martin, Matt Kenseth, David Rudiman actually is showing in 8th place right now. Joey Logano, Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, and Jimmy Johnson is in 12th place in the standings.
Wow.
So
Yeah, but no.
if the chase started right now,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, if the season ended right now,
Jimmy Johnson
who
would
would
end
win?
in 12th. But that's about it. We're looking forward to seeing the racing at Las Vegas. It's usually a lot better than California because it's a tighter track. A little bit tougher to get around than California. California's so big and wide, 2 miles, 6 lanes wide. It's, not too much happens unless you wreck yourself. So,
yeah.
but Vegas ought to be a good show. Looking forward to that. So we'll let everybody know how it made out next week. So
All right.
back to you, buddy.
Thanks, Bruce. Yeah, I wanted to. I'm obligated to talk about this little thing that's happening on Saturday. Saturday evening at Keene High School, some of us are off to film the 9/11 Truth forum or talk or seminar or whatever it is. It's the whole government conspiracy thing. People are still harping on that. The government planned 9/11. They carried out 9/11. They kept 9/11 a secret. And these people are going to try and convince everybody of that fact. At the same time, trying to convince us all that the government is incompetent. Which, I don't know how you can have it both ways. Either the government is incompetent or the government is damn brilliant and they carried this thing off. Personally, I think the government had something to do with the fake moon landing, with John F. Kennedy being killed, with the rise of rap music, with, the naked gay guy winning Survivor. I think the government had a hand in all those. Pretty sure the government had a hand in killing Michael Jackson also. Thanks, Bruce. Elvis, it wasn't. No, the government didn't kill Elvis. It was the mob that killed Elvis. It was Frank Sinatra that killed Elvis. Sorry. Actually, I saw where Elvis died. Well, I didn't see where he died, but I was in the building where he died. They had the stairs roped off. I wanted to go up and see if it really smelled like somebody died up there. But they won't let you. You know what you should never do at Graceland? Never walk into the gift shop and ask if they can fill a Percocet prescription. They kick your ass out of there so fast. All right. So anyway, yeah. This whole 9/11 thing, I don't know. It's going to be a couple of hours of listening to, how everything was compartmentalized, and they've got answers for everything. If you say, well, how did they keep the secret? Too many people. They'll go, oh, no, well, it was a small, tight-knit thing. Only like 3 people knew about it. The guy that drilled the hole and planted the dynamite, the guy that told them to do it, and the guy that thought the whole thing up. I don't know. And how is it possible?
Yeah, how could that happen with government approval if it was only 3 guys that knew about it? Come on.
Well, I don't know. And then there's people like, well, how could they have planted all those explosives without anybody knowing? If you've ever been in a building that is under renovations, there are entire sections of the building that are tarped off. You can't see anything. When we put all the new cabinets in the new emergency room at the hospital, the whole area was closed off. We could have planted all kinds of explosives in that place. And the people working at the hospital never would have known. No, I would never plant explosives anywhere. I couldn't be a suicide bomber because I look like shit in a vest. So, I don't know. Maybe I could get some implants, though. Boom! Hey, you know what the happiest state of 2009 was? Hawaii. Followed by Utah, number 2. Utah, they're Mormons.
They can have multiple wives,
They
right?
screw like bunnies out there. That's what I heard.
Of course, I don't know if 2 wives would make me
They're all in the
happier
same
or more
haircut
miserable,
and
but
the same pair of pants. Let me look down this list and find out where New Hampshire is. No, it's not that far down. New Hampshire was 13. 13th happiest state in 2009. And it was, the index included questions about 6 types of well-being, including overall evaluation of their lives, emotional health, physical health, healthy behaviors, and job satisfaction. We're number 13 because apparently I'm the only guy in New Hampshire that likes his job. And I got to tell you, I like my job. Vermont was number 6 because you can smoke pot in Vermont. The Vermont people let gay people get married. They let sick people smoke pot. It's a happy place. I think it depends on who your governor is. We got that little sawed-off governor who's like a little, you know, I was going to say Hitler, but Napoleon works just as well. Yeah, Andrea. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because Hitler was taller than our governor. So, yeah. So anyway, that was the happiest state. Let me do this one. In a few minutes. It's only a real short one. I think it's only like 3 minutes, Bruce, or something, just over 3. Yeah, it's a little bit different. Yeah, but let me read this because I got this in an email, and it was titled "Politics as It Is Today." Thought you might like this one. It's a slow day in a small Vermont town, and streets are deserted. Times are tough. Everybody is in debt, and everybody is living on credit. A rich tourist drives through town, stops at the motel, and lays a $100 bill on the desk saying he wants to inspect one of the upstairs rooms to pick one for the night. As soon as he walks upstairs, the owner grabs the $100 bill, runs next door to pay his debt to the butcher. The butcher takes the $100 down the street and pays his debt to the pig farmer. The pig farmer takes $100 and heads off to pay his bill to the supplier of the farmer's co-op. The guy at the farmer's co-op takes $100 and runs to pay his debt at the local prostitute, who's been facing tough times, and she's been taking credit. The hooker runs to the hotel, pays off her room bill to the hotel owner. The hotel owner lays the $100 bill back down on the counter just as the rich traveler comes back downstairs. The rich traveler walks up, says the rooms are not satisfactory, picks up the $100 bill and leaves town. Nobody produced anything. No one earned anything. However, the whole town is now out of debt and now looks to the future with more optimism. Pretty much just like the government. They're shuffling around money that's not even there. All right, what else have I got? I was thinking about doing a new show called Headlines, where I would you'd take real headlines and make up fake stories, because it sounds like it would be fun. Man accused of brandishing box cutter, found in box. Which is a good thing he had a damn box cutter. Apparently. If you're going to get stuck in a box, might as well have a box cutter. Apparently, the guy was committing a holdup, and he hid in the box. So stupid. A lot of idiots. I got idiot stories like crazy. Here's a son that tried to attack his father. You see why? Doesn't really say, but he was a 50-year-old man. He doused his 77-year-old father with gasoline, tried to light him with a blowtorch. Yeah. The son it wasn't even a real blowtorch. The son reportedly made a blowtorch with a can of bug spray and a lighter. Yeah. He was arrested the next morning, charged with aggravated assault on someone older than 65 and battery on someone older than 65. Apparently there's different rules if you beat up somebody over a certain age. Or under a certain age. It's like child abuse, old people abuse. Something, I don't know. Stupid. Here's another stupid guy in Moscow, Russia. This was actually pretty good. This was a computer hacker. Caused a huge traffic jam and havoc. They said havoc. He created havoc on a busy Moscow thoroughfare. When he hacked into the computer system and showed 2 minutes of a pornographic movie on a giant display screen next to the highway. Yep. Please. It was above the main road south of the Kremlin. Caused midnight traffic jams and a frenzy of excitement across the Russian blogosphere. Yeah, they said the hacker is a highly educated, temporarily unemployed, and extremely advanced internet user. You think? I bet somebody's hiring him now. The 40-year-old man said he wanted to give people a laugh. But Rossiya 24 television, I guess it's Russian television, said an elderly motorist suffered a heart attack at the wheel after seeing the scenes.
I bet you could have just thrown up like a Three Stooges or Charlie Chaplin film and had the same effect.
Well, I mean, yeah.
At least a little safer, anyways.
If you're going to show porno on the highway, it has to be after 10 o'clock. Everybody knows that. Come on. And in Turkey, Turkish television is cracking down. Because apparently they've got a cartoon called Tintin. Apparently one of the scenes in one of the episodes showed Captain Haddock and other villains smoking. So the TV show was, the Higher Board of Radio and Television said the broadcasting of smoking scenes was against the law on preventing the harms of tobacco and slapped a fine of 50,000 Turkish lira. That's 33,000 US dollars on the TV show. On the station, TV8. TV8. In Turkey, Turkey's the world's 10th largest tobacco consumer. Almost 1 in 3 adults smoke, with the rate reaching 48% among men. Hey, you know, we're not hurting anybody except ourselves. And maybe we're not even hurting ourselves. You don't know. All right, yeah, well, let me do this one story and then we'll do the music. This is a woman who went to the Flagler County Jail and demanded a conjugal visit with a specific inmate. The 45-year-old woman had a visitation appointment but was turned away because she was late. And also, the jail does not allow conjugal visits. Woman drove away but returned a short time later because she'd been arrested for DWI. Because when she left the prison, the guards called the police, said this woman's drunk, and the cops arrested her. Her blood alcohol content was 0.256%. And Florida law is 0.08 is the legal limit. So she was 3 times the legal limit drunk. No wonder she wanted a conjugal visit. Yeah. Wow. All right. Now I guess we can get into the musical interlude. Because this is a special one. This week on the Mom's Tattoo musical interlude is from the February Chicken and Biscuits comedy show at Yankee Lanes. It's Josh May.
This is a little ditty that I wrote for y'all called Be My Old Lady. It's wicked hard to find the words to make you understand. I think of you, my gun's in my hand. Like looking down my scope, see a 10-point buck, about as pretty as my truck. You make me smile, like the mud stuck to my rig. You've been with me a while. I'll always hold you tight. You're an ice cold Miller Lite. Be my old lady tonight. That's right, you guys paying attention? Yeah, look around the room, I bet there are women swooning already. That's kind of graphic. But if you thought that was good, you just wait. See, that was just the bait. Now you're gonna yank the line and reel her in, because this is poetic genius. Ready for this? You warm my heart like ice fishing when it's wicked cold and I crack a fart. I burn for you as if I'm just an old used tire, thrown on a big brush fire. Good times, you make me laugh, like I'm hanging with the boys and someone passes gas. Take your button by moonlight, might get drunk, start a fight. Be my old lady tonight. I promise you I'll never be too far. Parked on the couch, watch some NASCAR. Or maybe in the John. I'll try not to poop too long. There goes the poop again. 'Cause you make me smile. Boone's Farm or some big old box of no-name wine. I hope I said it right. Take your mud by moonlight. You're like an ice cold Miller Lite. Hey, my old lady, That's right, so you guys try that out. Tell me if that doesn't work wonders right there.
Great song, huh? It was a Valentine's song. I think he wrote for his wife. All right, yeah. Good guess, Bruce. It's another Florida story. I like stupid criminals. This is about a 73-year-old Florida guy. He was arrested for robbing 3 banks, unarmed, and taking $600 in each heist. Yep. Said he needed the money to pay his home mortgage. Yep. He admitted to robbing the banks, but he said he planned to put the money back. Called it a repayable loan. At all 3 banks, he handed a note to the teller which said he was carrying out a robbery and demanded 6 $100 bills. Police said they believe the tellers gave up the money because it was bank policy not to have staff resist robbers in case they were armed. Oh. Wow, it threw me for a minute. It says he owns a garden store in Tampa where he sells pots. But I read it wrong the first time. It's like, hey, what's he need $600 for? This happened like last year, I think. I did the story about the lady in Connecticut that was attacked by the chimpanzee. Remember the drunk chimp or something that attacked the lady? The cop shot the chimp. Well, apparently now the cop says he's been plunged into a depression beyond depression since he had to shoot that poor chimp. Said he was traumatized by seeing a woman mauled and the fact he came close to being the next victim of an animal he calls a monster. And he made his first appearance since the attack to testify before the State Labor and Public Employees Committee. It doesn't say. Oh, he asked the committee to consider a bill that would allow officers who are required to use deadly force on animals to file workers' compensation claims. Wow. Wow.
So if having to shoot an animal messed this guy up, how's he supposed to be a law enforcement official?
You know what my
and,
advice for this guy would be?
You know, have to
Join
pull
the
his
fire
gun
department.
on a human. What's he gonna do?
I would say join the fire department to this guy. This is totally unbelievable. If a cop is traumatized by shooting something, he shouldn't be a cop.
He shouldn't have been a cop.
I wouldn't be traumatized by shooting a person who was mauling another person. You know, an animal? Vicious, yeah, a vicious animal. Oh, but he was just so darn cute in that little pink dress. Depression beyond depression. Oh my God, I can't work, I can't eat, I killed a monkey. Stupid. This is the one you gave me today, Bruce. Lady named Doris Thompson out in Los Angeles. She's when I talk about bringing down the cost of health care, I said people that are 75 years old end their life. Yeah, here's another case for that. She's not causing any problems, really. She's not driving 5 miles an hour down a 55-mile-an-hour road or anything. She's 80. She's ransacking and burglarizing medical offices. Yeah, she's got a criminal record that goes back to 1955. Yeah. She pled guilty to taking $1,400 from Children's Medical Group in suburban Torrance, California. For 55 years, she's been robbing shit. And getting caught for it, apparently. 2010 to 55. 55 years. Yeah. She's used 27 aliases over the years. Yeah. Her first recorded arrest was for disturbing the peace in 1955. She's made a career out of stealing from medical offices up and down the state of California. Once, she cracked a safe in a Los Angeles medical office. On another job, she took a plastic urine sample cup that someone had filled with $2 and change. District attorney says she doesn't miss a thing. Oh, good, 4 minutes. This is a long story. I'm going to make it a short story because I think it's crap. Jefferson City, Missouri, the cops there are saying that imitation pot is as bad as the real thing. I think imitation pot is worse than the real thing. He's talking about these herbal mixtures that they sell in head shops that are legal. Some of the names are K2, Spiced, Genie, or Zohai. But yeah, it's like Mystic Herb or whatever. I can't remember any of the names of any of the ones that I've seen. But yeah, it's the herbal smoke that supposedly gets you high without the THC. I don't really think it works, but some people apparently says it does. And it's basically the same price as marijuana, but it's legal and it's undetectable in drug tests. So, but they're saying that, you know, that it's still bad for you. And I'll go right back to saying this, because I don't want anybody out there to continue to be stupid. Smoking pot is bad for you. Smoking cigarettes is bad for you. Smoking cigarettes is legal. Smoking pot is illegal. Smoking grass clippings off of your lawn, or maple or oak leaves, or fig bark, or banana peels, or anything else, those are all legal. And yes, you will get lightheaded if you smoke enough of it. If your house is on fire and you breathe in enough, you will get lightheaded. Yes, it's bad. Smoke is bad. It's not so much the chemicals, because THC, I guess, goes into your brain and then eventually kills a few brain cells and leaks out your ear or whatever. And you can, I don't think there's any lasting effects other than early onset Alzheimer's. But any type of smoke that you put into your lungs is bad for you. It is smoke. Anything you put in your body that's not air or water, and even water is probably bad for you these days, but who knows? Too much water is bad for you. Too many eggs are bad for you. Too many, moderation, that's the key. A little bit of water is good. A little bit of pot's good. That's all I'm saying. A little bit of Olympics is good. And the Olympics close out this weekend, tonight or maybe Saturday night. They finish out their whole thing, and then we'll get back to regular TV. And I'm upset because Burn Notice. Oh, never mind. I won't get into Burn Notice. I don't know who's on No Spin tonight, but somebody is. And I want to thank my crew, thank Cheshire TV, thank Mom's Tattoo, thanks G Housen, and we'll be back next week, I promise. Peace.
Stop. There are kids watching. That's no way to teach kids how to behave.
Refreshments provided by G Housen Distributors. Premium beverages delivered.